let's talk. I have had the Surface Duo for over a week. So yeah, I think it's about time that we talk. You guys ready? Let's do this!
Gadgets.
I have the Microsoft Duo, and I felt like I wanted to give it a chance. It has a few shortcomings, but I feel like a majority of that will be corrected with proper updates. And that is something that Microsoft is promising, updates to this. So why go ahead and jump the gun before we can see what this is really about? I am actually still truly enjoying the phone for what it is, not for what it's not. I can multitask on this, and again, like I said in my unboxing video, I love the fact that I can go ahead and use the keyboard on a totally different screen so that I can still have my screen real estate for what I'm viewing, responding to, tweeting at, or whatever. That's very nice in regards to productivity. I didn't understand at first why so many people were talking about the Hinge, because it does bring a lot to the device. Meaning the different ways that you can view content, possibly tent mode, or just being able to hold it like a book. I found myself that I actually hold it like a book, especially while I'm reading in bed. It's just so much easier to hold and still view whatever it is that you're viewing with the Surface Duo. The lightness and the thinness of it does really add to the fullness of the product. I feel like this is the one that I grab for when I'm laying down in bed viewing content. The reason that I don't want to give up on this is the same reason that I did not give up on this. When everybody was clowning this phone and the shortcomings that it had, you know what? I found the goods in the original Fold. So I'm not gonna kick something for what it doesn't have, because this device brought me something that I had yet to experience. Then enter 2020, the Z Fold 2, and this device, with a little bit of improvement and refinement, was able to check the boxes of my wish list from the first one. I'm saying that to say this: I am not ready to give up on this device because of some of the things that needs to be updated or fixed, and some of the things I do understand will not get fixed until the Surface Duo 2 comes out, if that's a thing. I hope it is. Jumping into some of the things that I want to point out is, let's go ahead and start with the camera for me. Now, I said I did not like the camera, and that is still true to a point. Now, let me clarify and verify what I'm saying when I say I don't really like the camera. Now, you only get one camera on this. So the issue is, I really wish that they just set one on the back of this. And I don't know how thick a camera is to put into this. So this is very thin. Here are the two devices side by side, and you can see the thickness of both. I can understand why maybe they couldn't put a back camera, but I can't understand at the same time. I mean, yes, look at the camera on this, no camera on this. What I don't like about the camera is not the quality per se, it's more so the way that I have to use this camera. So like in my unboxing video, I showed you that it can sometimes be finicky, meaning the way that you're supposed to use this camera is, if you're going to take a selfie, you go ahead and flip it on which way you're trying to take the picture. So if I wanted to go rear camera, I'd have to move or flip the phone when it's folded, like so. It did not flip yet, and this is what I'm saying as far as the camera being very finicky. So what viewers said in my unboxing video is pretty much like you're doing it wrong. So the advice that this viewer gave me is you have to do it faster. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and try it faster. My issue is with doing it faster, this could easily flip out of my hand, flipping it faster. And that's not something that I want to do. But I did try it for the sake of you guys or people wondering about the camera. So doing it faster, I did notice it worked a little better, but it is still very finicky, as you see. And as well as landscape mode, when I tried that, landscape mode does work on the other camera. It's just that you have to first do it in portrait, and then you can turn it over to landscape mode and the camera will adjust. So as far as the camera, I feel like software can correct the speediness of the camera when you want to take a selfie, you want to take a normal picture. Next up, casting to a TV. And I'm going to actually lump casting to a TV as well as screenshots in one. The first thing I noticed, I took a screenshot with this. And taking a screenshot using a dual screen, you're going to get a screenshot of both of the screens. So keep that in mind if there's something confidential or private or personal on one of the other screens before you send that screenshot out. Casting will pretty much do the same thing. So if you're casting your screen to a TV, you will get both of the screens. What I wanted to do was cast the Duo to the TV to see kind of how the format would be, and it did give me the two screens. When I tried to view YouTube, this is where things kind of got a little weird. I was not able to view YouTube in a full screen view. It just would not take up the whole screen, and I would still have the second screen. Now that's when you just cast your device straight to a TV. Now, if I was just using YouTube app alone and I cast it to the TV, then I can get a full view of the video that I'm viewing. But for casting purposes, this will drag two screens and not take up the full screen. So just to let you know, and even if you fold the device while you're casting, it doesn't matter. It's still going to show both screens. So that's something that maybe they can work on or try to figure out. Not sure how they would do that, but it's pretty much when you cast the screen, not cast YouTube or cast something like that. YouTube by itself, just opening the app and casting it will work, but just casting your whole device to the TV, like sometimes I do with my Samsung devices, that's another story on how it looks. Another thing that I want to talk about now that I've had the device for a little over a week is the battery life. Now, so I was able to pretty much get a good 5 hours to 5.5 of screen on time with this device. What I will say is that the standby time on this device is actually really good. 5 hours for me for screen on time with the device and really good standby time. Of course, this will vary depending on the person and what exactly you're doing. For the most part, mine was like YouTube and Twitter and other things was like OneNote or some work related things that I had to do. But that's pretty much the gist of what I was doing as far as task-wise on the Surface Duo. Okay, the next thing I want to address is something that I put in my unboxing, and it was the lack of an LED light or screen or something on the front of this device to let me know that I have notifications. And yes, I would still love it if this device did have some type of way to let me know that I have notifications when the device is on silent. And what most of you came back and said, well, just do like the sneak peek mode and kind of have it open here like you see here. And yeah, I could do that. But the thing is, when I called myself, I still didn't see that I was getting a call. Like after I hung up, there is no notification here to say you missed a call, you have a text, you have an email. That doesn't solve the way that I like to see notifications. Okay, let me tell you what I'm talking about when I say notifications. So let's go ahead and take the Samsung Note 20 Ultra. And most Samsungs do this anyway. It doesn't even have to be the Note. As you see here, I know that I have certain notifications on my device without having to turn the device on or anything. I can already tell what these notifications are and if it's important enough for me to go ahead and respond to them. This doesn't do it for me. So this is a folding device, and this I can still see that I have notifications or something that needs to be taken care of. All I'm asking for is, since it's not something that can be done on the hardware at this point, maybe your sneak peek needs to have a better way to notify people of what's going on with the device. And for the people that are saying, hey, you can just use a smartwatch, I am very aware that you can connect your smartwatch with your device. So yes, smartwatches is one way to get your notifications, but like I said, if a simple software update could go ahead and just give me my notifications in that little area right there, I would be a little more satisfied. So in the end, what I'm saying is I actually still do enjoy my Surface Duo. It is a very good device that can take care of what you need it to do. I don't really have any other issues. Well, that just about wraps it up for this video. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to chill with me as we go through this journey. And until next time, everyone, I want you all to have a spectacular day. Later.